After giving one bad injury update after another, LeBron hurting himself, dealing with hip sciatica, Marcus Smart getting banged up in training camp with an Achilles issue, though he's mostly fine and just being limited. Even two-way player Chris Manning twisting his ankle and missing the whole preseason. And heck, even Exhibit 10 guy Augustus Marlin getting hurt. The Lakers finally have some better news to share. Ignoring rookie Adou Thiero, who we still haven't seen play a single minute in preseason, training camp, or even summer league, the guy has basically been invisible. But again, according to reports say he's improving. After dealing with swelling in his knee, he's finally getting better and will be checked again in about 2 to 3 weeks. If everything goes right, he could be back on the court in less than a month, which would be the best case scenario. That could actually be a big chance for him, especially if he returns before LeBron does. And that seems to be the trend, with LeBron expected to be reevaluated in around 3 to 4 weeks, and then needing another week or two to get ready to play again. If Adou Thiero can make it back first, and that 10th rotation spot still isn't locked up by Dalton Connect or even Maxi Kleber, another guy who's been dealing with injuries, and hopefully Maxi Kleber can come back soon too, though there's still no update on him yet. If that happens, maybe Adou Thiero can still fight for some minutes, since he plays that small forward power forward role that LeBron usually dominates and takes most of the minutes at. Between Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt, and Jake LaRavia, I'm not sure they'll take all those minutes, so some could open up for Adou, especially in games where they need stronger defense or if someone ahead of him gets hurt. That could be his shot to prove himself. Still, even though the update on Adou Thiero is good, and yes, this definitely counts as good news, it might be a little too hopeful to think he'll actually return in just 2 to 3 weeks or even 3 to 4 weeks before LeBron returns. He might be able to grab some minutes, but that still feels a little too optimistic. Yes, everyone's hoping for it, hoping to see Adou Thiero finally back on the court and actually make a difference. Not just for the South Bay Lakers, but for the main Lakers squad too. Still, that might be asking for too much right now, even if we all want it to happen. Either way, this is definitely a positive update on Adou Thiero. Up to now, the Lakers have basically said nothing about him. No real updates. No word on his progress. No clue when he'd be back or if he'd even return. So, it's finally nice to hear a bit of good news. It's nice to finally get a bit more real info on him, instead of those random clips the team posts on Instagram showing him dunking and looking healthy, even though he's still not cleared to play. So having actual details about his recovery timeline is a relief. But aside from Adou Thiero, another young player on the team who is healthy and actually making an impact is two-way guard Nick Smith Jr. Yeah, Christian Coloco has been playing well too, but honestly, I've been surprisingly impressed with Nick Smith Jr., I've got to admit. I wasn't thrilled when they signed him. Just another undersized guard with weak defense who didn't seem to fill any real two-way need on this roster. Didn't fit the 3 and D mold I thought they should have been chasing. But I'll admit, he's played pretty well this preseason, averaging around 7 to 12 points in about 15 minutes a game, which translates to almost 16 points per 36 minutes. He's also grabbing about 2 rebounds a game, dishing a bit over 1 assist with just 1 turnover. His defense has actually been solid, not amazing, but far better than his bottom 10 defensive rating last season. Plus, he's had a few really good shooting nights. He's getting wherever he wants on the floor and can create his own shot whenever he feels like it, whether he's playing on the ball or off the ball for the team. He's been getting good looks and knocking down a lot of them too. He's even created a few shots for his teammates here and there. I'm not going to call him a real point guard, but he's definitely shown he can handle the ball, creating for himself and others, while also being effective off the ball. He's had some hot shooting games and a few cold ones, but there's actually something to like about Nick Smith Jr., a lot more than I expected when they first signed him. So that's a pleasant surprise. And honestly, it made me start thinking about who else has really stood out for the Lakers this preseason, aside from the obvious answers like Luka Doncic the other night or even Austin Reeves or DeAndre are too easy. Honestly, I'd point to Nick Smith Jr. and Gabe Vincent, the two surprises no one expected. Especially Gabe Vincent lately. He's been flat out great all preseason. Believe it or not, the guy's averaging 17 points in just 22 minutes a game, and he nearly dropped 20 in the first quarter last night. Looked like a mini Steph Curry out there. Completely wild performance. So yeah, I've got to give credit to Gabe Vincent. He's been awesome this preseason, looking sharp, confident, and like he's finally gonna stay durable again this season. Knock on wood. He's also looked solid on defense and has actually been running some point guard for the team, which he'll probably keep doing while LeBron's out, at least as a backup or secondary playmaker. I've got to say, Gabe Vincent has really impressed me, even though plenty of fans wanted him traded. Honestly, I was one of those people too, thinking of him more as a trade chip than a real rotation piece. But hey, no reason to complain about extra depth. And with Marcus Smart dealing with his own injury problems, it's great having someone like Gabe Vincent who can actually be trusted and thrown out there in situations like this or whenever injuries pile up. Between Gabe Vincent and Nick Smith Jr., they've easily been the Lakers' most consistent backup backcourt players. Way better than Bronny James, Dalton Connect, and even Marcus Smart in the single game he's played so far. Not much to judge from him yet, though. If we're talking about that 9th and 10th rotation spot, Gabe Vincent is clearly locked in. Honestly, Nick Smith Jr. deserves some minutes too. He's outperformed both Bronny and Dalton Connect, who are supposed to be ahead of him in the depth chart. But if we're being real and actually judging by preseason play, that shouldn't be the case. Preseason performance should matter, and it definitely should count here. Then I probably would put Nick Smith Jr. ahead of both of them, and that's something that JJ Redick might be thinking about too. Yes, obviously Connect is more offensive upside and definitely can be a microwave scoring option for them, and we've seen it directly, and Bronny might have more defensive upside. But from what Nick Smith has shown and really is trying to prove on the court, I think he should be in consideration to be ahead of them in the rotation line, that he could even be the 10th rotation player for them in the short term while LeBron's out. And it definitely should be in the mind of JJ Redick going forward. But with all of that being said, what do you guys think? Who has been your standout of the Lakers' backup backcourt players? Who do you think should be that 10th rotation player for them? And then how do you feel about the update regarding a new hero and his outlook with the team going forward? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But I think that'll pretty much do it for this one. And if you enjoyed the video, then I'll greatly appreciate it if you drop a like. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day or night.